Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, shout out to everybody who is in the building. Stream number 2. Good to see each and every one of you guys here. Hopefully everything is still going good for you. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me or things are sounding or looking kind of weird, please give me a thumbs down or angry face. While you guys are doing that,
I'm gonna shout out everybody who's in the building early. All right, shout out to my man AB Promotions with the off-rip ducats. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all show AB some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man AB with the $1.99 super chat funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Queen, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
AB says, is this guy from Mork and Mindy? Nano. Let me know if y'all think this dude is a nano hat. If y'all think that he is, give me a thumbs up. If you guys think that he's not, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Vovo. Good to see you. Shout out to Miss Nisi. Good to see you. My man Vincent Harper. Shout out to my man Cameron Jones. We got Jesse Paris in the building. Shout out to my man the Specialist. Shout out to Tedra. Good to see you, Tedra. Shout out to Win Lose a Rug. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Kiko 410. Good to see you. We got Caldona in the building. What's good with it, Caldona? All right. And I think that that's it. I didn't miss anybody. If there's anybody hiding, type something so I can say what's good to you. All right. So we're going to get into this. All right. Kamala Harris chose her VP from the window to the walls. You know what I'm saying? W-A-L-Z. Walz. That's his name. Tim Walz. You know what I'm saying? We're going to look at a couple videos, see what he's about. We're also going to look at a reaction that allegedly Trump had to this situation. From what I understand, this dude is extremely, quote unquote, left wing. However, you know what I'm saying? He looks like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, somebody's racist granddad or somebody's racist boss or something like that at work. So, you know what I'm saying? They got Kamala Harris, the person that's, you know what I'm saying, jumping off the screen, you know what I'm saying? And then they got the guy that just kind of fades in and fits in with everybody and is boring and looks like, I don't know, like a televangelist or something. Shout out to Soas Muscle Pain. It's good to see you. Make sure you guys show some love to Soas Muscle Pain and to Vince for being like enforcers. Definitely appreciate it. Throw some like enforcers in the chat. This part had me dying laughing. Man, I thought this dude was like old enough to be Kamala Harris's granddad. And they about the same age. They said, I see, Tedra said, I see he's 60 years old. I thought he was much older than that. Man. Who that dude did. I don't know. Is that good aging or bad aging? Like, you know what I'm saying? Respective to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mike Nice. What's good with it? I don't know. But one thing that I do know is that he looks significantly older than Kamala Harris, like way older. I mean, like Kamala Harris's husband's not the best looking dude. And like, he looks older than Kamala Harris's husband. Like, man, you went and found you a fossil somewhere. I guess that's, you know what I'm saying? She went back on her stance on fracking and she just wanted to circle the whole block. She, you know what I'm saying, went back and changed her position on fossil fuel and went to go get her a fossil of a running mate, I guess. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see what they time about. Let's see what he's hitting for. Now, I don't think that this guy is going to be anything significant. I'm going to warn you guys right now. I really do not think that this guy is going to get you up off the couch. We shall see. Right? Shout out to AB. The milk has curdled badly. Yeah. It's looking like cottage cheese now. Shout out to MD Williams. What's good with it? So we're going to see what's going on. We're going to see what this VP hitting for. Let's get it.
Okay, and the Trump campaign is now reacting to Harris's VP pick. For more on this, I want to bring in CBS News campaign reporter Jake Rosen. Jake, walk us through what they're saying.
Hey, Janelle, thank you for having me on. Caroline Leavitt, a Trump campaign press secretary, just sent out a statement calling Tim Walz a West Coast wannabe who spent his governorship trying to reshape Minnesota in the image of the Golden State. So already trying to brand this Tim Walz, who's kind of this everyman, as you guys have all heard from our other reporters here, especially Hunter, kind of frame him and his handling of the Black Lives Matter protests in Minneapolis.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, how many people knew that this guy was the governor of Minnesota, I believe. He was the governor of Minnesota during the George Floyd situation. You guys remember that? Now, here's the thing, right? I didn't really hear too much about him. that was such a statewide and kind of wild and all-encompassing situation. I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of concerning that he kind of stayed so quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually when there's stuff popping off in the state, like the governor and the mayor are like up front, like right in the limelight. Kind of didn't hear about this dude. I don't know if that's really a good thing. Like, because now I got to ask the question, like, bro, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man, DC Precise, second stream sponsor. I definitely appreciate it. My man, DC Precise says, hat that denies your insurance claim or mortgage. Right. Facts. Make sure y'all show DC Precise some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for DC Precise for funding the organization.
This is the hardest record out.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Definitely appreciate it, bro. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media.
In 2020, calling him dangerously liberal and a left-wing candidate and an extremist. So we've seen them come out. Obviously, we saw J.D. Vance earlier today say that if it was not Josh Shapiro, that the Democrats were afraid of the left-wing, quote, anti-Semitic part of their party. Tim Walz is obviously not Jewish, but we've seen kind of this Trump campaign.
Well, there you go. So now we don't know if that confirms it or not, because you know what I'm saying? They've been saying a lot of weird, interesting stuff about people's race and ethnicity. And we know when it comes to certain people, they do a really good job of leaving out important details that a lot of people would like to know at times. But yeah, so apparently as of right now, because these things change by the moment, he's not a nano. He's not a nano. You know what I'm saying?
Preparation for what a potential VP pick from Harris looks like. And remember that Walz was the candidate or in this vice presidential race who really branded J.D. Vance and Donald Trump as, quote, weird, as we spoke about earlier at the top of the hour.
And Jake, I just want to read this to folks who are watching right now. This is a statement on Kamala Harris's selection of Tim Walz today. And this is what it says, quote, "It is no surprise that San Francisco liberal Kamala Harris wants West Coast wannabe Tim Walz as her running mate. Walz has spent his governorship trying to reshape Minnesota in the image of the Golden State. While Walz pretends to support Americans in the heartland, when the cameras are off, he believes that rural America is, quote, mostly cows and rocks. From proposing his own carbon-free agenda to suggesting stricter emission standards for gas-powered cars and embracing policies to allow convicted felons to vote, Walz is obsessed with spreading California's dangerously liberal agenda far and wide."
Now, here's the thing, right? Why are we looking at this? Checking out what Trump has to say, right? Because if Trump is the polar opposite of this dude, then we would listen to Trump's complaints, and some of those complaints would be things where we'd be like, this is something that could benefit us, right? All of this stuff that Trump is complaining about, let me ask you guys this. Who's heard anything that's potent enough and powerful enough to get you off of the couch? I don't think that this is going to be the guy that gets anybody off of the couch. And honestly, I think this is the guy who will actually put a blockade in front of a lot of things that we kind of would be trying to do. He just looks like a blockade, doesn't he? Like, he just looks like the guy. I don't think so. He like literally like looks like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it, bro? So I don't know. And shout out to everybody that's watching, man. I appreciate you guys. We got 41 people watching and we got 28 likes. If everybody could bang on that like button and try to get us to 1-1, that'd be great.
If Walz won't tell voters the truth, we will. Just like Kamala Harris, Tim Walz is a dangerously liberal extremist, and the Harris-Walz California dream is every American's nightmare, end quote. So, Jake, what's the play here? What does this say about the attack strategy that we can expect going forward?
Well, we've seen the Trump campaign kind of struggle to clearly define the policies of Kamala Harris, but her campaign, as she's still been vetting and now picking a vice presidential candidate, they've been trying to redefine what their policies are as Joe Biden is no longer at the top of the ticket. We've seen, obviously, the Trump campaign stance on immigration since Trump announced his candidacy. The Republican Governors Association, so the counterpart of the group that Walz is in charge of, criticized Walz just moments ago in a memo for, quote, supporting a sanctuary state for Minnesota and him calling the border wall, quote, ridiculous. Walz also signed a bill that expanded access to.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Now, it's good to hear some of this immigration rhetoric, right? Because it doesn't really sound like this guy. Shout out to James Sumler. What's good with you, bro? Sounds like, I don't know, man. This guy would be like, what do you, I don't understand why the border needs to be closed. Let's open it wide up. Open it wide up. What are you complaining about migrants for? He's supporting the, supporting the sanctuary state, calling the border wall ridiculous. This guy might actually kind of be a little bit more loony than Kamala Harris. This guy might be a little bit worse than Kamala Harris. What do you guys think?
To driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. So obviously, just one angle of them trying to frame.
Did they just say he's about those driver's license? He's about that driver license life for illegal immigrants. I thought he looked kind of crazy. Well, confirmed.
The border wall, quote, ridiculous. Walz also signed a bill that expanded access to driver's licenses for illegal immigrants. So obviously, just one angle of them trying to frame Tim Walz as soft on immigration and pro-illegal immigration, something that President Trump has been trying to do against Harris in the last couple of weeks.
Okay, Jake, thank you. And if you're just joining us right now, CBS News has confirmed that Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who has a history of successfully appealing to moderate voters, is Kamala Harris's choice for her running mate.
So they got the, I want you guys to pay very close attention. Remember what it was? They were saying that Kamala Harris is too far to the left, right? They said that she was too liberal. You guys remember we had that conversation? They said that Kamala Harris was too liberal, right? So now she's walked back a lot of her policies, which is what we looked at when we were talking about the policies. Now she's got this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? She's got old Archie Bunker right here. And now he's going to move even more. He's going to move even more to the center, which means what kind of progress are we going to be getting? We got to come and like holler at these people directly and see exactly what's going on. I don't know how that would go, but it needs to be presented at the very least. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. Shout out to Cameron. Cameron said he's been eating peas, probably with no seasoning on them, no salt, no pepper, and boiled beef for 60 years. Why would you do that? Why would you boil it? You know what I'm saying? But that's what he did. That's what got him looking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Harris will publicly announce this pick shortly before kicking off a multi-day tour of battleground states starting today in Philadelphia. We will bring you continuing coverage throughout the day, online, and here on CBS News 24/7. Stay with us for more on this developing story. Now,
they got this video right here. It's 57 minutes and 26 seconds. As of right now, we won't be watching that. We won't be watching that. Shout out to Torian. What's good with it, bro? We're going to take a look at this video that the Wall Street Journal put up. Shout out to Shatira. Shatira said, who is that? One of the founding fathers of the United States that decided to resurrect himself and be Kamala Harris's running mate. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Kamala Harris don't tell us about the collard greens, I think he should have to. I think he should have to. Don't you guys agree? If Kamala not giving up the secrets about the collard greens, he going to have to tell us something. Collard greens, what are you talking about? I'm a moderate. That's what he'll say. If we ask him about collard greens, I don't have time for that nonsense. I'm a moderate. Excuse me. I need to get into this meeting at 10 o'clock. He's one of them type of guys. He's one of them, I got to get to the meeting guys. I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, Lord.
The new political insult against Republicans.
Yes, they're weird. They
Hey, what's that brand of raisins in the red box? What's that brand of raisins? What's that brand of raisins in the red box? I need a box of raisins. There's not enough here for me. Shatira, I'm gonna need you to pass me that can of greens. Pass me that can of greens in the salad spoon, please. Like, yeah, this is really bad. This is even Jen Psaki is looking at him like he crazy. You know what I'm saying? Jen Psaki, like, oh, glad I got out of that White House when I did. That's exactly the look she giving. Virtual nobody. Who knew about this dude? Did anybody know who this guy is? Shout out to Shamika. Who knew about this dude? I didn't know anything about him. Never heard of him. Ambiguous. Like I said, I mean, this dude stayed undercover. Nobody heard this guy's name, and he was the governor of Minnesota during the George Floyd thing. Like, that's wild. How did he make it through that without being mentioned or interviewed or anything once? Is there an interview of him like throughout all of that? Like, how did he manage to do that? Man, his hiding at work skills are supreme. No one has hiding at work on lockdown like he does. Because if he was able to dodge all of them cameras during that whole entire George Floyd situation, I gotta get your I'm on break skills. I gotta get your I'm on break skills, because a lot of times I get found out. Homeboy was able to dodge, you know what I'm saying, the interviews and dodge the supervisor for a couple years. That ain't bad. That ain't bad, brother. That ain't bad. You know what I'm saying?
Comes.
Tim Walz is a.
Hey, look, I hate this. This is what's up, man. This is hilarious. Look, because of how the United States is, everybody going anytime they go anywhere, they not gonna know this dude's name, but they're gonna think he's the president. and then Kamala Harris gonna get on. No, I'm the president. Okay, I'm the president. He's the vice president. And they're gonna be like, "Oh, this you not? I thought you was the press secretary, and this was the president. Oh, this is about to be so bad." Shout out to Breonna Campbell. She said his face looked puffy. He got them droopy cheeks. You remember that dog that was the that dog that was the detective? He looked just like Droopy. And he got one of them weird, I don't know what you call it, like pop out chins, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man DeAndre for being a like enforcer. Make sure y'all do all that and throw some like enforcers in the chat for DeAndre. Definitely appreciate it. This picture right here. This is it right here. It's all you need to see. That's it. That's all you need to see. You already know what time he on. You already know what time he on. That's it. Cleveland Brown colors, hunting gear, camouflage, camouflage. Shout out to Kale. What's good with it, bro? Oh man, they about to go cook this bird, whatever this thing is. Shout out to Leonard DeYuta. Leonard DeYuta said he looked like his barbecue is bloody. Oh man, man, that's wild, man. That is. They said, I saw something that somebody said he's the most safe candidate. So you know what that means? They went out and found the most. When they say risk free, basically like they went and found like the most Archie Bunker person that they could find. AB said it's Emmett from the Lego movie. Yeah, Shamika Gray said he looked like he could have a heart attack at any moment. Yeah, he looked like he do too much. You know what I'm saying? It might be the last. Have you guys heard anything that's gonna get you off the couch? We got to start doing this. We got to start exploring the and see if these people are self-sabotaging to make it so like I'm gonna position myself so I have this person here so y'all don't even ask. Shout out to my man Anton. What's good with it? Shout out to Lois. What's good with y'all? Because see now, like they got this dude right here, and you could tell already what time he's on. So when we be like, yo, it's time to, you know what I'm saying, start talking about these reparations. Oh, well, yeah, Tim, we can't mention that around Tim will just have a fit. You know what I'm saying? It's going the whole situation to be Tim will just have a fit. Well, first of all, don't nobody care if Tim will have a fit because he one head gasket away from, you know what I'm saying, a conniption. So that nobody's worried about that. You'll just have to find another VP if that does happen. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, are these people like kind of like hedging themselves? We got to start asking this question. Are they hedging themselves? And I think that they might be. I think that they might be. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. This there it is right there. You don't say too much, but when it's a situation like this, that's the first thing you're going to say. You're just going to get the army. Somebody get the nukes out. Like, what? Yeah, we're going to need to set up some nuclear silos. We got to do some black people control here. Yeah, that about sums it up. You know what I'm saying? Like George Floyd just, controversy, and Derek Chauvin took him out, and you know what I'm saying, people going crazy and flipping out, and you know what I'm saying, you got the white people going Black Lives Matter crazy, and you know what I'm saying, all lives matter, white people going crazy, and black people are in it. We got to get the army tanks in the street. Like, that's what you did. That's what you, that's how you did that, huh? That's how you handled that. Okay. Okay. All right. Real quick, shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate you guys being here. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, I really need you guys to do that. Smash that like button. If you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Also, if you guys haven't shared the stream, just made it worse by doing that. I mean, I just want to make sure that you guys know that when it came to all these black people in the street, we have to take monumental approaches that have literally never been done in the history of mankind to deal with these black people. Like, whoa, guy, slow down. I'm not taking any chances. I don't, you know, we're gonna look into some more things, but I think we know what's going on here. And again, like, I think that like I said, when it comes to like these people with the vice president picks and all of this kind of stuff, I think we've got enough data where now we got to start saying, how much are these people picking hostile and combative people to be a hedge so that they don't have to be like, well, it wasn't me that said no, it was Joe Manchin. It wasn't me that said no, it was Tim Walz. You see what I'm saying? They're using these people. We got to figure out how to what degree they choose these people as a buffer. You know what I'm saying? Fascinating that when talking about these situations, like, there's never a criticism of why these cops are out of control and why what happened to George Floyd happened to George Floyd anyway. Just make sure that the civil disobedience is checked in case we got a George Floyd somebody again and it doesn't get as disturbing. Like, that's always a very telling perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's always a very telling perspective. Well, basically what we got to do is just make sure that, you know what I'm saying, we try to do as much as we can to where there can't be a statement made about this stuff, or there's no retaliation if people aren't satisfied with the way that we handle these things. It kind of tells you what time he's. I don't think they're going to accomplish that. I don't think that they're going to accomplish that at all. I don't think that this Tim Walz guy is going to be able to negate this effect of JD Vance. Those are two different kind of people, two different kind of cultures. Like, you can't get somebody from the Midwest and try to, like, you're gonna appeal to people from like Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania and West Virginia. Like, that's not gonna work. Like, that's complete. These are completely different cultures. Like, you can't do that. Like, they might be small town, but like, that's not gonna work. That to me, if that's what they were looking to do, they're not gonna do that right. They're gonna fail with that.
His first opportunity to give the American people a window into his life.
We've watched a couple videos about him already, and you know, I gotta ask the question: what has he done? Has he done anything significant? I haven't heard that he's done like anything really significant. Like, this dude, he's just really boring. Now, it looks like I know everybody loves Van Jones. You know what I'm saying? He might cry. I'm sure that TD will probably do a video talking about this Van Jones reaction. But y'all want to check out the Van Jones reaction and what we talk about here is going to make the video longer. So just, you know what I'm saying? Everybody love Van Jones, though. We got to hit all these people that people don't like. Shout out to Brianna. Brianna said no. Usually when it comes to YouTube, no means yes. And only YouTube. I want to make sure that that's clear. Only YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, shout out to everybody. Again, I appreciate everybody being in here. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Share the stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Hit that bell icon twice. All right. Let's see. What has this dude done? We're going to run down his accomplishments.
We continue with our breaking news coverage now. Joining us now from Philadelphia, where Kamala Harris and Tim Walz will make their first campaign appearance together this evening. NBC News Washington correspondent Yamiche Alcindor. Yamiche, what are you hearing?
What I'm hearing is Vice President Kamala Harris found in Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, someone that she feels chemistry with, someone who she feels will be loyal to her, and someone who she feels will help her elevate the ticket even more than it already is to bring in voters that may be a little worried about whether or not they were going to back them.
Shout out to DC Precise. Yo, throw some like enforcers in the chat for psoas muscle pain. You caught that, John? Yeah, no, no means yes. I want to make sure you guys understand. I'm talking about YouTube. Oh man, hey, TD been trolling like crazy lately. I don't know if y'all noticed, but like I don't know what happened, but like he just like I don't know, like something just snapped and like he just I'm about to just go all in on trolls. I don't even care. Like I'm throwing it all out there, man. Like I'm just about to go all in on trolling. I don't care. Have y'all noticed that? If y'all if y'all noticed that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't notice that, give me a thumbs down. Like he's just been going wild. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Crew Reality. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, he been going in lately. I've been dying laughing.
Democrats this cycle. I just got off the phone with Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison, and he told me that he thought this was a brilliant choice. He was talking to me about who Tim Walz is in Minnesota, and the first point he made was, while Minnesota might be a blue state, they're a blue state because these Midwestern Democrats work at it every single year. They figured out how to talk to people in a way.
This is a different Midwest, though. Like, man, it's a different region. Like, I don't know why they keep saying like Wisconsin, Minnesota, Montana, like. That's not the same as like where J.D. Vance is from. It's the Midwest, but it's not the same, and it's a different coupling of states. Like it's even called a different region. Like he's not like that dude's not going to relate to the people that J.D. Vance is trying to target. I don't know why they keep saying that. That again, it's just more stuff that just shows that they kind of that they just really out of touch. They really out of touch. Shout out to Lois Hub. Lois Hub says she's swollen. She might have got some cortisone shots. You know, sometimes people be sore. You know what I'm saying? They say that cortisone make you retain water. So, you know what I'm saying? Could be some of that going on. Yeah, that was George Floyd's governor, Crew Reality. Yeah, shout out to TD, man, with that 100K sub. Yeah, he hit the 100K, and now it's lit.
That's plain, direct, and in a way that also helps them understand that the Democratic Party, in his view, really is about bettering their lives. And he talked about specifically the George Floyd case. We're going to hear a lot about Tim Walz's background, but he said there would be nowhere.
So, like, this is his background, and I mean, like, this is cool, but this looks like a job resume. Like, this ain't really anything, like, political, like, standout, like, governor since 2019. Okay, bro, what was your highlights during being a governor? Chair of the Democratic Governors Association. What did you do during your time there? Did you make any significant changes? Former congressman, what did you do as a congressman? What bills did you put through? What bills did you get passed? The bills that you got passed, are they still are they still active today? And have they achieved the objectives that they were planned for? Former teacher, that's nice. Served 24 years in the Army National Guard. Thank you for your service. We coming up a little bit light. Coming up a little bit light. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need you to put a little bit more in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Coming up a little bit light.
George Floyd prosecution, that officer would not be in prison if the Minnesota governor, Tim Walz, who is now, of course, the running mate to Vice President Harris, if he had not appointed the attorney general, taken it out of the hands of the county prosecutor and say, we're going to elevate this case. We're going to make sure that this person gets the justice that we believe they deserve. He also talked to me about a number of other things that the governor has done, including universal lunch across the state. He talked about the fact that he's really talked to people in rural counties and in urban counties and brought in people across the state to really understand.
Yeah, shout out to Shatir. Shatir said that he is very bland. I think that's one of the reasons why Kamala Harris might have picked him, to balance her mean greens with the, you know what I'm saying? He's coming with the boiled beef. You know what I'm saying? And she's got the mean greens. That kind of balances things out. I think that was the strategy there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would agree. If you guys agree with DeAndre, it looks like his votes ain't hitting on nothing either. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. This dude is just basically a typical liberal with anything that would be essential to possibly getting people off of the couch, because we're going to couple all of that stuff and call it the stuff that gets people off of the couch. That he's not going to do any of that stuff. Now, we need to put it to him, so we got it on paper like, yo, we told you. But the chances of him doing it, I don't know. Just let me get back to my boiled beef. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of guy that, like, there's nothing on the broccoli. Nothing on the broccoli whatsoever. Just boil it, put it on the plate. Oh, that was good. That was good, Mildred. You know what I'm saying? Can you fill me back up? Like, it was good, really? Broccoli, cabbage with nothing on it was good. Okay. Shout out to Crew Rally. He said boiled deer meat. Yeah, you seen they had the deers. They was coming back from the woods. When we started in the woods, there was a black person with us. I guess we lost him along the way. Oh Lord, one of them type. Oh Lord, one of them type of situations. I hope Kamala dizzy self don't go on no hunting trip with him. I went in as the vice president. Oh, hell, came out as the president. What do you know?
That they can unify the party. So he was saying to me that this is someone who also can communicate very directly. We were talking about the idea that Tim Walz was the one who called the Republicans weird. In one word, he gave the Harris campaign a sort of slogan that they've been using over and over again. And it in some ways previewed how—
Yeah, I like cabbage too. Unsunken one. I like cabbage too, but I like cabbage with garlic salt on there, right? I like cabbage with salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying? You can, put a little bit of other seasonings on there. A little bit of meat on there. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, I'm gonna just put this cabbage on. Nothing, like, just all we did was just boil it. Here go this cabbage. Like, I'm not about to eat that. No. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking with some smoked turkey in it. That's what I'm talking about, Shatera. Not just I poured some water in the pot, put it on the stove. Now here go the cabbage leaves on the plate. Like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that, because the first thing I'm gonna have to do is find some of that Lawry's garlic salt and empty the whole doggone bottle on there, because you done made it so doggone bland. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, this is the Attorney General Keith Ellison telling me how he can really, Tim Walz, really sum up things and go after people and really attack Republicans, but doesn't have to say it very long. Doesn't have to have sort of long soliloquies about this weird captured what Democrats were trying to say about Republicans. So he is very happy about this pick. And in talking to people that are close to Vice President Harris, they also feel like she found in someone who won't undermine her, someone who will bring added value to the ticket. And this was a decision that she thought about for a long time, only making it official this morning.
Now here go my question. I mean, let's just keep it a buck. I'm not. People will get offended and whatever, it is what it is. But these are real things. These are real topics. And this is true. And there's nothing wrong with saying it. The only value that he brought is just his whiteness. Like, I'm like just a basic, old white dude. I make the ticket more safe because I'm just basic and friendly to what the majority of America expects to see as the face on something. Like, that's literally that's all he brought. Like, I don't see no accomplishments. Like, see, like, again, they keep comparing him to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance got like a interesting little combination of benefits about him. Like, he is from Appalachia, you know what I'm saying? So he definitely for sure has relatability to the heroin belt, you know what I'm saying? And then also he's got those interesting Silicon Valley connects. So J.D. Vance is in an interesting place where he's connected to a bunch of poor white people and he's connected to a bunch of affluent and wealthy white people. This dude don't have no connections like that. All he is just a white dude that they used as a photo op, tone down the fact that Kamala Harris isn't just a blatant white woman. That's all that is. He's not to me. You can call J.D. Vance as weird as you want to, but J.D. Vance has some really solid connections. What's the advantage between this dude here and J.D. Vance? And even like as much of a conservative as J.D. Vance is, he still got that little, you know what I'm saying, like that little ace in the hole of, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, my wife is a brown woman, yeah, tugging that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So he got J.D. Vance kind of got a little bit of some competitive advantages. This guy's not going to be able to compete with J.D. Vance at all. If you ask me, this was a horrible choice. If that's what they were looking to do, was to try to neutralize the effect of J.D. Vance. This dude doesn't have any tech, contacts. He doesn't really have links to a ethnic population. See, like, you know, that Appalachia, that's like a ethnic group in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying? Pennsylvania, West Virginia, you know what I'm saying? Ohio River Valley, Mothman Prophecy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that over there. Mountaineer Mountaineer Casino. You know what I'm saying? He don't have, like, this dude don't have it like that. It's just all appearances with this dude. So I think they keep saying, oh, this is a good choice. This is a good choice. The media is only going to say that anything that Kamala Harris does is good because the media, for the most part, is Kamala Harris's cheerleaders. As I'm looking at this and as I'm, you know what I'm saying, like going through things in my head, I don't think that this is, you know what I'm saying, a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, for sure. We definitely going to hit undocumented bros. We definitely going to have to hit undocumented bros. Shout out to DeAndre. DeAndre said, hey, Rob, you might have to do another installment of undocumented bros. Did you see the vid? I put it. Yeah, I seen that. Who was that? What was that? Like Cash Jordan or something? One of them people like Cash Jordan. Yeah, I seen that. I'm gonna check that out. And I got some stuff on my own too that I'm gonna add in there. Yeah, we gonna either do an undocumented bros or we gonna do the video on the undocumented channel. If y'all not subscribed to the undocumented channel, if one of the mods could put the links in the chat for the undocumented channel, that'd be great. Meredith Siskron says Trump 2024. We got some Trump supporters in the chat. Might be one or two in the chat besides you. If it's it, okay, so if you a if you a Kamala Harris supporter, put a thumbs up in the chat. If you a Trump supporter, put an American flag in the chat. If you couch, then put the couch in the chat. Let's go. Let's see where we sitting at in the chat.
All right, Yamiche Alcindor in Philadelphia. Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on real quick. I hate when they just abruptly end it. Like, I mean, really? And now here they go. Look at this. Klobuchar. Tim Walz he's as humble as they come, and he's incredibly smart. Again, we saw his resume. What's the criteria that making him supposed to be so smart? Oh, I just did a live stream on this, and somebody made a Democracy Now! Put out a video about Cori Bush versus the AIPAC. Oh, dang. Hold on real quick. Yeah, we should yeah, we might have to hit that. We might have to circle the block on that Cori Bush situation. You know what? We might have to circle the block on that Cori Bush situation like later on tonight. Yeah, we might have to circle the block on that Cori Bush situation later on tonight because of the 8 o'clock time when they draw the results. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Greets, what's good with it? Shout out to Deneen, what's good with it? The couch people out deep, the couch people out heavy. Shout out to Patrick, Tyler. I ain't mad at it, bro. Shout out to Faith, Trump. Okay. Yeah, it's all shit. I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. Ain't no hey, Kamala Harris and them, they down bad. Didn't nobody put that they was voting for Kamala Harris and them in the chat. They need to do something. They down bad. They down super bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got over here. Now we're gonna watch the boy Van Jones. Hopefully he can hold us. He can keep himself together. You don't want to look at Kyle Bassa Klobuchar.
Back to the breaking news. You're looking at some live pictures right now at Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's home there in Minnesota. Apparently, it is a house used by the University of Minnesota, and the governor has been staying there while the governor's mansion, we're told, has been under renovations. And so you're looking at some pictures right now of that house, and we're waiting to see. You can see all those SUVs. That's usually a pretty good sign that something is afoot, and we're waiting to see if the Minnesota governor and the vice presidential nominee, if we can call him that at this point, comes out at any moment. So we're keeping an eye on all of that. But
isn't that hey, I got a question for y'all. Isn't that stalking? Oh man. Oh, you got a update on the Denver undocumented bros? If you can if you can, try to tag me in it on Twitter. I'll log into Twitter real quick and see if I can get it. They got the paparazzi out stalking them. They're gonna hit them with the microphone as soon as they come out.
But after weeks of speculation, Kamala Harris has picked her running mate. She texted her supporters. We should note in just the last several minutes that she has picked Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. Let's bring in CNN senior political commentator Van Jones. Van, what do you think?
Hey, listen, man. This guy comes out.
Oh man, guy. Hey, man. Listen, I was about to start crying because I didn't know. I was all worried. I thought Kamala. I was like, oh my God. I didn't know. Got weak in the knees. I didn't know if she was gonna be able to pick on time, because there's a deadline. And oh my God, I woke up this morning and I saw that she picked Tim Walz, and I was great, man. It was great. It's like, man, shut up, dude. Shut up. Shut up. Have y'all ever just wanted to get like real close to somebody and fully enunciate? Shut up, like right in their face. That's why hey, Van, come here real quick, man. Shut up. Go sit down. You know what I'm saying? Go sit down. Don't say nothing until you get down over there and sit down. And even once you sit down, don't even say nothing until I'm going from out the room. Sit down and shut up. Sit down. Shut up. Stop talking to me. Stop talking, period. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this dude, he's just giddy.
Commentator Van Jones. Van, what do you think?
Hey, listen, man. This guy comes out of nowhere 2 weeks ago. Nobody even knew his name.
Yeah.
And he lit up the grassroots. He lit up the internet.
When did all this lighting up happen? When did this happen? Because my electricity must have been out or something, because I missed it. You know what I'm saying? I might have been asleep or something. When did all this lighting up happen? When was he viral on Twitter? Like, is it just me? Shout out to P. Burley. What's good with you, bro? Is it just me? When did all this happen? Oh, man, Tim, I known him all my life. I know him in my younger days, and, I was doing all the activism, and, there was times when, I kind of got a little rowdy and got out of control, and, Tim was always there for me to get me out of trouble, and I'm just so happy that he's working with ComCom. Like, dude, come on, man. Why didn't he should have just took that $100 million that Jeff Bezos gave him? I think Jeff Bezos gave him that $100 million for him to disappear, but he missed that part. Like, that part of the instructions must have fell out of the envelope or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shatira. You said they put Kamala ads on the on my stream. They better be paying. They could put whoever ads they want to on here. They better make sure they circulate the video so I could get paid instead of just inconveniencing, the people that's watching my stream. Don't inconvenience the people that's watching my stream to give Kamala Harris some FaceTime. Inconvenience the people watching my stream so that YouTube pay me some money. That means circulate my stream to other people as well. You know what I'm saying? Lord have mercy.
First person to come out and define Donald Trump as weird. And suddenly people had a way to talk about him. He's a fascist. He's a dictator. We were actually giving him more power. This guy punctured the Donald Trump balloon and comes out of nowhere, the ultimate dark horse candidate. So it extends the honeymoon. A lot of people are excited, but it's not all one way. You do have the other side.
Now, look at this. Here go the thing, right? This is all gaslighting. How many people agree that this is all gaslighting? If you guys agree that this is all gaslighting, give me a thumbs up. Regardless of whatever candidate Kamala Harris chose, because the media is undoubtedly ridiculously biased towards Kamala Harris, no one that she picked would have been the wrong pick. They're going to act like everything that she did is right. She couldn't have done anything wrong ever. Everything just improves her poll ratings. Besides the conservative places, the places that we know are going to be anti-Kamala, like Fox, is there anybody that's giving her a critique that's negative besides, like, you know what I'm saying, YouTube content creators that's not with the BS? Shout out to Keith. What's good with it, bro? Like, there's nobody that's critiqued Kamala. Literally anybody that talks about her is it. Oh, she's just this, she's just that, and she picked the perfect running mate. What's so perfect about that dude? The only thing perfect about him is that he perfectly applies zero seasoning to anything that he eats, probably. He looks at seasoning on food like some type of contaminants. Let me get my magnifying glass to make sure there's no grains of salt on here. Okay. All right. That's good enough. All right. Pass quality control. Let's eat. Like, seriously?
Side of this thing, which is, first of all, what worries me is you see a lot of relief from the conservatives. They were scared of Josh Shapiro. They were scared of a Mark Kelly. They thought that would help define Kamala more to the middle. You see a lot of rejoicing on the right. That's not good. Also, you've got some disquiet in the Jewish community. Some people had their hopes up. Maybe you're going to get another shot at a Jewish vice president. We haven't had that for 2 decades, and now that gets pulled away. Is it just because he's a moderate, or is there some anti-Jewish bias here?
What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Where did they get these people, man? Where did they get these people? What is he talking about? What is he talking about? See, this is what I be saying. A lot of times, this is one of the reasons why I like to react to videos, but I don't, because a lot of times these people are so absurd and so over the top and so ridiculous. Like, it don't even matter about reacting to the content. Like, I would do better just reading the article and doing my own reaction, because these dudes so far off and so far in the clouds, like it completely throws everything off. Like, bro, what are you talking about?
Also, you've got some disquiet in the Jewish community. Some people had their hopes up. Maybe you're going to get another shot at a Jewish vice president. We haven't had that for 2 decades, and now that gets pulled away. Is it just because he's a moderate, or is there some anti-Jewish bias here? So the party is still digesting this. I think if you're a Muslim or a young Arab or someone who's concerned about Gaza, it gives you a reason to stay excited about Kamala, because that was going to be hard for the party to digest. So you've got a party now trying to figure out, is this good? Is this bad? What does it mean for the young people? They stay excited. But the most important thing I can say is, only in America can somebody who nobody literally heard of 2 weeks ago be on his way to being possibly the vice president of the United States, second to the most powerful person in the world.
I don't think that that's a flex. Like, that's not really something that you should be bragging about. Literally, the first thing everybody asks is, like, who in the world is this dude? Like, is he the manager at Burger King or what? Like, who is this? How is he going to contribute to her election campaign? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He got no name recognition. He's got no significant, no significant accomplishments. How is he going to contribute? Yeah, I mean, really, that's basically it, right? I mean, yeah, I wouldn't disagree. Shout out to Shatera. Shatera said he's just white. Van, don't complicate it. Yeah, I mean, that's literally it. He's the basic white guy to neutralize all of the check boxes that Kamala Harris comes with. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You got the checkbox lady that's all giddy all the time, and then you got, like, just the straight arrow white guy to neutralize things and to make white people feel comfortable. Like, that's literally it. Shout out to Deneen. Deneen said, "What does he bring to the table? The fact that he looks like Archie Bunker. Like, that is literally his thing that he brings to the table." Because there's nothing else. There wasn't nothing on the resume. Yeah, exactly. There you go. And think about this. Think about how crazy this is. Again, this is the same situation with the Cori Bush situation. I mean, what's wrong with Van Jones? He's not even mentioning anything. Brother, have you looked in the mirror lately? What is wrong with you? How many people used to have a low haircut, and when they get in trouble, their dad would just pop them in the back of their head, and it would be loud as heck. You'd be like, "What would you do that for?" You know what I'm saying? Van Jones needs that. I don't think he ever had that done. Just right under that little hook. You know, that little, like right under the back of your head, like that little hook. He just need that. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, he just, like, bro, you just don't be thinking, and you're weird. You know what I'm saying? You be coming off moist a lot. Like, you just do a lot of stuff wrong. You don't need to be the person that's on TV. You don't need to be the person that's on TV. You don't need to be the person. Like, Van is there to be talked at. Like, see, like that the white dude that's there, he's there to talk to the audience. Van is just a filler. See, like, Van actually thinks that people care what's going on with him, but bro don't know he's just an NPC. Like, you're an NPC. That dude ain't listening to you. He probably got some music playing on in his ear or something like that. And then there's some type of light that goes off when you stop talking, and then he can just go ahead and say what he's gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Jab Bad. I definitely appreciate it, bro, for joining the membership, man. Make sure y'all show Jab Bad some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man Jab Bad joining the membership.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Shout out to John Guillory. You said your dad used to do that all the time, bro. I've always had like hair, you know what I'm saying, like braids. You know what I'm saying? There's like very few times like in my life when I had like a short haircut. But like when I did have a short haircut, man, my dad had it. That in the whistle, you know, the dad whistle. He had that and that head smack down pat, bro. Down pat. And shout out to Jab Bad, man, for gifting 5 memberships, man. We definitely need that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know every little bit helps. Make sure y'all show Jab Bad some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Jab Bad. Definitely appreciate it, bro.
I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on business.
Yeah, there we go. And I don't know how they be doing the assignments of the of these gift memberships, but you know what I'm saying? Like, all active people actually got them. That's what's good. You know, sometimes you be getting, I don't even know who this is, you know what I'm saying? But all active people got them. So that's what's up. And if y'all haven't hit that like button yet, please help me out. Hit that like button. If y'all haven't shared, make sure y'all take a moment and share. And remember, watch it all the way through until the music ends, and then do what you do.
Because he made the argument for himself. He made the case against Donald Trump. He made the case against Republicans in a fresh way. And here we are. This is the most unpredictable race that you've seen, I think, in the past 50 years. It's just nuts.
Yeah, and Van, I think you make a great point about how I think the Harris campaign.
It's not really unpredictable. I mean, it's very chaotic and poorly planned. But sure, Van, like, we can call it unpredictable because, you know, chaotic and poorly planned usually does translate into unpredictable, right? But yeah, this is bad planning, like, all the way. Like, that's really about it.
The vice president wanted to keep the momentum going, wanted to keep the energy level up. That had been certainly the case when the president stepped aside and Kamala Harris took the reins of the party. And Tim Walz, you're absolutely right, has been out there describing Donald Trump as weird. He's been talking about how Trump out on the campaign trail has been talking about Hannibal Lecter and so on, and Democrats eat that up. But let's take a look at this recent poll of America's opinion of Governor Walz. 71% say they have no opinion. He's, as you were saying, he's virtually unknown as a...
I mean, that's that. I don't know how good this is. Wild. And like, I don't know what this means. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we supposed to do with this? Like, 71% of people have no opinion of him. How have you been so politically? I mean, to me, no opinion is a bad opinion, because that basically means that you've done nothing to get yourself noticed. Nothing. You've done nothing positive. You've done nothing negative, which means that you've done nothing. So to me, like, this isn't a flex. I really wouldn't be putting these numbers out here. I would kind of possibly wait for like some better polls to come out once he's done his first round of campaigning. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we're supposed to be doing with this. I've never seen anything like this. I got no opinion. Okay, like, I mean, this is something pretty important that you kind of like. You kind of probably want to be rooting for a good opinion. Would you agree? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I don't disagree, Jab Bad. Tim is just gonna be another bought politician. Yeah, just another bought politician, bro.
Political figure That does present some concerns, I would think, inside the Democratic Party once I guess some of the hangover wears off and the excitement wears off a little bit, and they have to get down to the nitty-gritty of campaigning.
Look, you've now got a 48-hour window.
So I want to put this back up because this is what they did. You see, they didn't even go over his little resume because the resume is so small. They did go over it briefly on that other channel, but I mean, he even put his age on the resume. Like, it's bad when you got to put your age on the resume. Like, what have you accomplished in life? Oh, I'm 60 years old. You didn't really accomplish that. I mean, I guess like technically you did, but at the same time, like you really didn't. That's like saying like you accomplished breathing. Like, I mean, I guess, but like, what does that really say? You know what I'm saying? Like, guess what I did today? What? I accomplished breathing. Like, I don't know what I would say to that. Like, I would probably just sit there staring at you like you're insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's that's his that's his star accomplishment. Like, he was in the military, but he got a Purple Heart at life. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. I was in the military, you know what I'm saying, for about 10 years, but I got my Purple Heart in life. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, I successfully made it to 60 years old. Like, what? You got to be kidding me, right? That's like if you go to a job interview and like they'd be like, well, what do you bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, oh, you know, like I brought myself to this interview. And you just kind of like, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, I want to say like you're an idiot, but like that was actually genius at the same time. Like, I don't know what to do right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess you're hired. I guess, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you bring to the table? Myself. I mean, that's not an incorrect answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, 60 is something that you've done, and I mean, I guess that is pretty important, but okay. Shout out to Unsung One. Unsung One said it looks like a small town mayor. I mean, yeah, I did, except for the fact that he's a governor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to President 48th United States. President 48th United States says this crazy, stupid, retarded presidential election of 2024 should totally be about long-term tangibles and a real agenda plan to fix the terrible conditions in your living environment, not making history. I agree 110%. And I honestly believe, bro, the reason why they're focusing on all this fake history and all of this fake nonsense is because they really know that things are going to get progressively worse, and they don't really have a sustainable or effective plan to actually improve what you say as, you know, the terrible conditions in the living situation that we have. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Manosphere Hall of Fame. That's facts too. That's big facts too. He could be using his 60-year age to attract voters who have been talking about how old Biden and Trump are. That's big facts. I ain't even think of that. That's true, though. That's definitely true. So then also, you know, he was a former high school teacher and a football coach. To 24 years in the National Guard, he got the military appeal. What was JD Vance? Because he was in the military too, wasn't he? What was JD Vance's military duty? And then there's the whole 60 years old thing. And I actually agree with Manosphere Hall of Fame. That's probably one of the reasons why they flaunting that. You know what I'm saying?
Look, you've now got a 24 or 48-hour window to define this guy. And you already know the Republicans are going to say, you know, he's far left, et cetera. But what he actually is something new. He's a positive populist. He's a populist. He's an up with the people guy. He's an everyday guy. He's not an elite. He's not a coastal elite at all.
Now, here goes the thing, right? How do we know? Like, remember, the poll said that nobody has an opinion of him. And the reason that nobody has an opinion of him is because nobody knows anything about him. So Van Jones just keeps saying, and remember, this guy is XYZ. How are we supposed to remember anything when we don't know anything about this dude? Like, you keep saying, remember, he's this. No, I remember that poll that was up there that said that 71% of people don't have an opinion about him. And I'm making the assumption that most of those people don't have an opinion about him for the same reason I don't have an opinion about him, because I literally had no idea who he was. with the boat shoes. Shout out to Shatera. Shatera said I could totally see him in those old school Coach gym shorts and a tight polo shirt. Yeah, a Lacoste shirt with a whistle around his neck and the boat shoes. Shout out to Kale. Kale said most Dems don't care about policy. They have a favorite presidential candidate and they could care less about the vice president. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, Van, he's out of it, bro. Like his brain is completely fried. Leonard said he looks like he sells life insurance. Yeah, he does. that the whole life too, like, or not. He sells term life, that garbage insurance. Unsung one said Van talk like he's at a Washington dinner party. He can't connect. Yeah, he can't connect, bro. He's buffering. Van Jones is constantly in a state of buffering, and then he starts crying.
Oh, he's a positive populist. The problem with the J.D. Vance, the problem with the Donald Trump, they call themselves populists, but they're negative populists. Why are they for the people? Because they're mad at the transgender people. They're mad at the left. They're mad at this. They're mad at that. This guy's not mad at anybody. He likes everybody. He loves everybody. He just wants people to be able to see a doctor when they're sick, to be able to send their kids to a good school, to be able to have a country that works well together. So he's a populist, but he's positive. I think that's going to be very, very difficult for the Republicans to deal with, because when they try to paint him as some crazy extremist, he doesn't come across that way at all. Economically, he might be a little bit to the left, but culturally, personally, he's right down the middle. I think he's going to give him fits. I think J.D. Vance is going to look like an idiot trying to debate this guy. I think it's going to be a very, very fascinating race going forward.
And Van, we just got a statement.
Now, I don't. Why? Now, here's my question again. Why would we assume that J.D. Vance is going to look like an idiot debating him? I don't know what J.D. Vance is going to look like debating, because I haven't really seen J.D. Vance debate. So I don't know what to, you know what I'm saying, like what J.D. Vance would look like. But at the same time, I literally know absolutely nothing about this dude. We know, like, do you know, how many of y'all have ever seen, like, on the like Google Earth, and you try to go to like certain parts of like Antarctica, and it just like it just don't even work. Like, it's just like unknown. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Google wallpaper and stuff. Like, that's what this dude is. Like, he's like trying to scroll Google Maps to like somewhere like deep in Antarctica. Like, it's just not even gonna show up on the screen. Like, we don't even know nothing about this dude. You know what I'm saying? No, he's gonna destroy him in a debate. Like, seriously, like, we don't even know. Like, this dude might be like worse than Joe Biden with articulation. We have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
From Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, he just said this, so we can show this to our viewers. Nearly 2 weeks ago, Vice President Harris asked me to work with her team to complete the vetting process to be considered as her running mate. And following those conversations on Sunday, I was grateful to have the opportunity to speak with the Vice President directly about her vision for the role and the campaign ahead. Vice President Kamala Harris has my enthusiastic support, and I know that Governor Tim Walz is an exceptionally strong addition to the ticket who will help Kamala move our country forward. I suppose we might see the governor out there in Philadelphia later today. Maybe we won't. We'll find out about that. But it seems to be.
Now, let me ask y'all this. Kamala Harris supposed to have a rally in Philadelphia today? What time she's supposed to have a rally in Philadelphia? Y'all want to react to it? You know, literally nothing is going to get said. Ain't nothing going to get said. She ain't going to say nothing important. And what about Trump and JT Vance? They got anything going on today? If y'all know the times of when that's supposed to go down, let me know in the comment section, or let me know in the comment section after the video, or in the Discord, so we can get it, you know what I'm saying, get it popping if y'all want to look at it. Yeah, this is the cheerleaders. So this is like what we said, and this is the pattern that's been established. The mainstream media is just always going to cheerlead the Democrat candidate. That's all this is, just cheerleading. It's just fluff. It's just nonsense. We don't even know if we don't know anything about this dude, but they know everything about this dude. Like, they literally just showed, the poll, but okay.
To be a stretch that there would be sour grapes here, and that Shapiro's not going to offer his full support.
Look, Josh Shapiro is a class act from beginning to end. He's a rising star in this party. He's done an extraordinary job. He gets Republican votes, independent votes, moderate votes. Smurfs vote for him. Muppets vote for him. I mean, the guy is a vote magnet. And there's a reason for that. He is a class act. He's a true American, and he's going to show up. And he's going.
Do you think it was a little risky, though, Van, that she didn't go with Shapiro to kind of lock down Pennsylvania? I mean, yes, David Challenger was saying earlier, just because you pick him as your running mate doesn't mean you automatically win Pennsylvania. But I got to think it would have helped just a little bit.
Hey, listen, the conservatives, the right wing, the Republicans, they were chewing their fingernails down to the knuckle because they were afraid of a Josh Shapiro. They were afraid of a Mark Kelly. They're not as afraid of this new governor because they think they can define him. But here's the challenge you've got in this party. And people don't want to talk about it. We got to talk about it. On the one hand, you have a lot of young people who are concerned about Gaza. You have a lot of Muslims and Arabs and others. They have not felt seen by the Biden administration. You start hearing that genocide joke. That was building. And so those folks needed to have a candidate that they could feel comfortable with. This helps them in that regard. But you also have anti-Semitism that has gotten marbled into this party. You can be for the Palestinians without being an anti-Jewish bigot.
Man, what is up with him in all this right here? This nano hat stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, like, really, bro? What's your concern with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the highest amount of hate crimes committed against us. You know what I'm saying? We got the largest racial wealth gap. Are you out your mind, dude? This is what I'm saying. Like, man, listen, man. Shout out to B1 first. What's good with it? Wait, hold on. Who is that? Hold on real quick. Shout out to Volvo. Oh, okay, it's at 5:30. Y'all want to see it? Who want to see it? Y'all can watch it without me. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I can stream it. I might have some time. We'll see. Hopefully it's not too long because I don't know how I would do just sitting there listening to I don't know how I would do sitting there listening to Kamala Harris talk. I might mess around and fall asleep. Yeah, shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Bro, facts. She's expected to speak around 5:30. All she's going to do is laugh the whole time. I'm about to tell y'all about this. And they said I could be president. I waited up until the last minute because that's what I do. I've been doing it all my whole life. And I picked this old no-name stiff for my vice president. That's all she gonna do. That's gonna be the whole meeting. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all she gonna do. We don't even need to go no more. We got it. We got the transcript. Put the closed caption on, print it out. We good.
But there are some anti-Jewish bigots out there, and there's some disquiet now, and there has to be. How much of what just happened is caving into some of these darker parts in the party? So that's going to have to get worked out. It's going to have to get talked through. But I'll tell you what, if you have a Josh Shapiro who says, you know what, I give this my stamp.
Listen, Van Jones is starting to sound increasingly moist to the point where it looks like he's developed what I would call a micro lisp. I never noticed a micro lisp on Van Jones before, but I think that he's shifted to the level of moisture to where a lisp is inevitable. At those levels of moisture that Van Jones is at right now, it's impossible for you to communicate without a lisp. And I'm starting to hear a lisp when it comes to Van Jones. You say you always had an unsunken one. I never really noticed it. I definitely notice it now, though. He's like, yeah, everything's so neat. Like, what, bro? And one thing that I want Kamala to do. Like, stop it. Man, if you don't get yourself together, come here. Come over here. What's wrong with you sitting up there talking like that? I'm not trying to be funny, but that kind of stuff. Like back in the day, your parents was allowed to like fix certain situations before they got out of control. So like if you got up there talking like that, you know, like your dad would take you out to the garage, walk back in with a handprint on your face, but you're not doing this no more. You know what I'm saying? You got bass in your voice all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Like next thing you know, you got a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like just that's done. Dad them took care of that. You go out to the garage. Come here. I want you. Come here. I'm out here in the garage real quick. I need you to come here. You come back in and you trying to use all your eyeball muscles to hold a tear into your eye, and it's a handprint across your face. Magically, you got bass in your voice. Next day, you got a girlfriend. Your grades might even go up a grade or two. See, but like in today's world, like it's not allowed to be done. And then an individual grows into a Van Jones. And then we see this on TV and everybody is just cringing. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Why are you talking like this? What happened to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's irritating. That kind of stuff. You would either walk back in with a handprint on your face, or like you would get snatched around a corner somewhere by your ear, and that's not fun. Especially if you got like some, you know what I'm saying, like borderline medium to big size ears, where, you know what I'm saying, they could just grab that little earlobe part at the bottom. Get over here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it hurts so bad, you kind of might mess around and get a little kink in your neck. You like, I ain't gonna hurt like that, you know what I'm saying? Get snatched up by your ear. So all of that should have happened to Van Jones, and I guarantee you he would have turned out okay. But he didn't. I mean, what are you sitting up there talking like that for? What happens when you go to the bank or you order some food? Can you imagine listening to him through a drive-through window? Yes. I'd like the veggie burger and a latte. Like, then you pull around to the window and the people looking all confused. Like, it was, you know, I was supposed to be a woman back here. That was me. Like what is wrong with you? God.
Semitism that's gotten marbled into this party. You can be for the Palestinians without being an anti-Jewish bigot, but there are some anti-Jewish bigots out there, and there's some disquiet now, and there has to be. How much of what just happened is caving into some of these darker parts in the party? So that's going to have to get worked out. It's going to have to get talked through. But I tell you what, if you have
literally nobody's thinking about that except for you. You are the only person. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're the only person that's thinking about that. Literally nobody else is thinking about that. That thought has not crossed anyone's mind except for yours. Shout out to Deneen. Van Jones do. Van Jones get a latte with his burger. I'd like a venti mocha and a Whopper. You old weirdo. Don't nobody order nothing like that. What's wrong with you? Where you be eating that? You know what I'm saying? You can't even say, like, Van Jones the type of person that make you so angry, like you can't even say weirdo, like just regular, just like saying weirdo. Like you can he's a weirdo. Nah, anytime you say weirdo when talking about Van Jones, it's got to be full masculine aggressive. You weirdo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You weirdo. What's wrong with you? You know, so you gotta make the face and everything. That disgusted. You gotta make that disgusted Denzel Washington. What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Sit up there talking like that. You know what I'm saying? talking like you just been sitting there sucking the sugar off of Skittles all doggone day. Get yourself together. Oh man, sitting there looking and talking like you just sitting up there sucking the sugar off of some Skittles all doggone day. Boy, get yourself together. See, look, Van Jones needs some of this in his life.
I don't think you've changed a thing. Go on, jump.
No, I don't want to jump.
Yes, you do. You smoke crack, don't you?
Oh man, it's terrible, man. Get yourself together, dude. Get it together, man.
I have a Josh Shapiro who says, you know what? I give this my stamp. I give this my support. I believe in this ticket. That's going to help a great deal. And Josh Shapiro has a magnificent.
Don't say stamp. Don't say it like that. That's not how it's pronounced.
It talked through. But I tell you what, if you have a Josh Shapiro who says, you know what? I give this my stamp.
Don't say it like that. Josh, do y'all hear what I'm saying? Do not say the word stamp like that. Like this is ridiculous. Shout out to Val. What's good with it, Val? It's just a matter of time before he start transitioning from these you know what I'm saying, the business casual to wearing a blouse on here. You know what I'm saying?
I give this my support. I believe in this ticket. That's going to help a great deal. And Josh Shapiro has a magnificent future in this party regardless. But this is, it's mostly positive. You're seeing mostly enthusiasm, but there is some just quiet conversation we got to have inside this party.
Interesting. All right, Vanj, I know that conversation will continue. I'm sure there are a lot of folks.
Yeah, I mean, the white dude didn't even know what was going on. He said, yeah, interesting. Thank goodness you're about to shut up now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man, I couldn't even comprehend anything that you were saying because you're such an idiot, but the show's over now. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, that's crazy, man. Yeah, did you like my did you like my commentary? Did you like? I have no idea what you said, but we got to move on to the next thing. Vance, thank you for being here, and we'll see you on the next one. Like, damn, bro. Now we got to sit here and listen to Juicehead Nancy Pelosi. She says she got some interesting things to say about these two candidates with vision, two candidates with values. One candidate doesn't even have any policies up on their website, so we have no idea what they're doing. The other candidate literally just poof, one day he was here. Like, no one even knows who this dude is. But they've been planning so much. Okay.
Now is House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi. Speaker Pelosi, thank you for being with us.
My pleasure. Thank you. A pretty happy day.
Well, you call it a happy day. Describe why this would be a happy day for Democrats and your reaction.
Well, first of all, our vice president, our nominee for president, has had many good choices, 6 as a matter of fact, plus the governor of Michigan, who took herself out of the running. But it showed the strong bench of the Democratic Party as we go forward. She had many good choices to make. She has chosen Governor Walz. I know him well, as he served in the Congress for a number of years. And at that time, his focus was on agriculture, of course. He grew up farmer as a child working on the farm, and so he knows the heartland of America. But his major contribution was chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee. In that position, he put forth legislation working with Chet Edwards, who was the approach.
Now, what's wrong with all these Democrats? Like, they all of them got so doggone old, they can't none of them hardly talk. Nancy Pelosi using all of her concentration to try to make sure she could complete a sentence. She keeps short circuiting. She keeps short circuiting, like she's trying to say what she got to say. It's like, oh man, yeah. Nancy Pelosi knows she the boss. She you know what I'm saying, political mob wife. Nancy Pelosi, political mob wife. She the for real Cruella DeVille.
Appropriator from Texas that was historic in terms of what it did for veterans in our country. 24 years in the National Guard, the longest serving non-commissioned officer to ever serve in the Congress of the United States.
I've never seen Nancy Pelosi like really aggressively talk with her hands like that. Like, what is she doing? Have y'all ever? I've never seen her move like this. Have y'all ever seen her do that? She's not one of them people that talk with her hands like that. Like, we just did a reaction video, and she was on CNN talking to a panel on CNN, and she wasn't doing all that. She must have drank coffee, a cup of old people coffee with like 3 shots of Stoke in it, so that she don't fall asleep every 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what else she might have. I mean, she might have popped a little 30 milligram Ritalin or something, but now she can't sit still. Now she can't sit still. She's moving all over the place. You know what I'm saying? She's squirming all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I was about to I'm not gonna say that. She's about to grind her teeth in half right there, though. Like, calm down. I think a lot of this might be anxiety. And honestly, I think it might be anxiety because she really has no idea who this dude is, and she's just making things up as she goes. And she's probably like extremely livid and is trying to not have a stroke right now because she knows that at her age, you know what I'm saying, the veins in her head are probably paper thin. And if her blood pressure goes over 110 systolic, everything's just going to explode. So she's probably just trying to keep everything at an even keel. You know what I'm saying? Keep it at an even keel.
Bringing those values, that patriotism, that knowledge of security to the job. So when we're talking about him, I don't hear people saying so much about his veteran credential, but it's a very strong one. He was highly respected, elected by the members to be the chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee. So I'm happy because obviously Kamala Harris has made her decision where her comfort level is as we go forward to govern. Some will say, well, what does it mean for the election? It means, what does it mean really for her, what it means for the future. So
Madam Speaker, let me ask you, do you feel more comfortable in the decision that was made for President Biden to step aside? And are you worried about the speed of this bus going down the highway here?
No, actually, people are saying to me, thank goodness this will be over soon. I see what happened in other countries, in the UK, an election, in France, an election happening quickly. Why can't we just move more quickly? Again, we love our political process. We like the time people take to know the issue.
Why did it sound like they was in an air tunnel when they had the window open? These people got like unlimited resources to have everything technologically on point, and they like just literally had like a giant stage fan blowing right into the microphone, and you could barely hear what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ridiculous.
Compare and contrast the values of the vision of the candidates and the parties, but nonetheless, this is something that people are excited about. They're enthusiastic about. Kamala Harris, of course, and now they will be about the ticket. So we made a decision to win this election. And to win the election, we have to own the ground with our mobilization to get out the vote. And then we have to persuade those who are still on the fence with a message that is progressive and bold, but not menacing. And we have to have the resources to do so.
Man, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, when they got Joe Biden, shout out to AV Promotion. AV Promotion said the Democrat. The Democrats have been destroyed by YouTube misinformation, bro. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like the legion of misinformation has completely destroyed the Democrats. Oh man, that's hilarious, man. Hey, you know Nancy Pelosi is one of them old like female gangsters, though. She like an old mob wife. You know, when Joe Biden was sick and he was in the bed after he did horrible at that debate, Nancy Pelosi had that like crazy alpaca, like, you know what I'm saying, chinchilla fur coat on, you know what I'm saying, and Secret Service had walked her up in the hospital room, and she said, "Joe, you okay? You okay? I wish you weren't. I got an offer you can't refuse." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's exactly how that went. And Joe was like in the bed. He could barely talk because he already was about to lose the debate. He said, "You old bitch, Nancy. I always knew you were an old bitch. Sorry, Joe, Kamala's running, and that's just it. Now take your medicine so that you can finish your job." You know, I guarantee you it went down like that. And then the Secret Service went on and let her out, and that was it. It was the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
So, and Kamala Harris has been attracting record amounts of small donor money to fund the operation. So mobilization, message, money, but most important thing, the candidates. And we have two candidates with vision, with values, with experience, with a record.
Hey. Chad Bass said she got that thick mob wife make on. Yo, she got her makeup on like it was put on by Buddy the Cake Boss. She got her makeup applied by Buddy the Cake Boss in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Advancing issues of concern to the kitchen table of America's working families.
Where do you think Governor Walz helps most in this ticket?
Well,
look, Win Loser Rug said when what you think she said when Trump got shot? Shifts over early, guys. Drinks on me. That's what she said. She said, shifts over early, guys. Drinks on me. Is he dead? Is he dead? And then she just kept obsessively asking, is he dead? Like, you know what I'm saying? The whole way to the bar, I just every 5 seconds, you know how like a kid be like, the kids be like, is he there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Driving her to the bar, she like, is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? Then got to the bar and turned the TV on and found out that like all it did was hit her ear, and she was just mad as hell. Made everybody buy their own drinks. Everybody, like at first, everybody was about to get shots. You ain't getting nothing but tap beer. That's it. And she mad. You got to call an Uber to get back home.
I think he helps across the board. But being from the Midwest and the heartland of America, I think he brings the heartland values, not that they aren't values that we all share, but as are perceived by the heartland to the debate. And that's useful every place in the country. What works there works almost everywhere. What works, say, in my district in San Francisco might not work everywhere, but what works in heartland of America works everywhere. And he has been a champion, a successful member of Congress, a chairman of the full committee, going in to be the governor of the state, reelected in that position, being a wonderful leader. And by the way, not to be painted, look, I can say this with some authority. He's not on the left. He was right down the middle in his values and leverage in the debate in the Congress. So he'll be a great, he and Kamala know that we have to govern from the center, and that's where we are. I'm, again, a San Francisco liberal, and I say with respect, where I know they have to govern from the middle for the whole country.
Yeah, she basically like, it really was going to end up happening. really was going to end up happening is they're going to do what I tell them to do because I'm the boss anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm going to just make it nice for him. Biden had his oxygen mask on, you know, them clear masks. He pulled his mask down. Nancy, you bitch. Get it together, Joe. You still got 180 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what she said. And then she was out. You know what I'm saying? And then he just fell back asleep with the mask hanging half off his nose. Shout out to Patrick, man. Make sure y'all show Patrick some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man Patrick funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
Shout out to G Mars. What's good with it, bro? Yeah, man. Somebody needs to make where my dude eye animation. We need to get eye animation on that and make a little cartoon about that. That would be hilarious.
Bring people together, to have respect for different points of view, and to have decisions that will be sustainable, to support the legacy of Joe Biden, who really was one of the great consequential presidents of our country in a short period of time, passing legislation that made such a big difference in the lives of the American people, starting with the rescue package, the infrastructure bill, chips and science, again, PACT Act for our veterans, IRA to save the planet, and the rest. So this is a really important election.
But before I let you go, can I ask you, were you at all consulted? Were you a part of this process, even on just an advice level?
He asking some questions that we all know the answer to. Nancy Pelosi about to sit there laughing like, yeah, dummy, I set the whole thing up. Yeah, I set the whole thing up.
I have never, let me just say, as speaker, as leader, and now, I have never been consulted on the vice presidential process. This is about the presidential candidate.
You see how she made sure she covered all of the bases? She covered all of the bases so that if anything ever comes out, she can use this and say, you can reference that interview. I said on record, I was never part of these processes. Man, she's the one behind all that. She's the one behind all that. That's the reason why she gave such a detailed statement on this, to make sure that she had a piece of evidence out there to be able to, if anything ever come out, you can look at this interview that I had on NBC where I explained to them my involvement in the process. Listen, man, I already know what went on here. You know what I'm saying? I already know what went on here. Nancy Pelosi got some street in her, man. She know what she's doing here. It's a thin line between the streets and politics. You know what I'm saying?
And now, I have never been consulted on the vice presidential process. This is about the presidential candidate making his or two times her decision. So no, I wasn't, but I spoke clearly that I was happy with all of the candidates, but it was nothing different than if I had been speaker or leader in terms of consultation.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, Nancy. Sure, Nance. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a bunch of articles that are talking about this guy. I think for the most part, they're all about the same. You know what I'm saying? I think they all about the same. Trying to think if we should take a look at them or not. There's no, I mean, like this dude is so boring. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so boring. It's not really anything to say. But I'm thinking like maybe like there's other stuff that I wanted to talk about later on, but maybe if we end up doing that stream where we reacting to the rally, we could go over this info about old boy before we do that. Real quick, if y'all haven't smashed that like button yet, take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. Definitely appreciate it. Why did she pick him at this particular time? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't like it was real early in the morning, like when she made the pick. Didn't y'all think that it was just kind of like that was just kind of weird? If y'all thought that it was weird, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't think that it was weird, you know what I'm saying? Give me a thumbs down. So yeah, she picked Walz. Vice President Harris has chosen Minnesota Governor Tim Walz to be her running mate as she heads towards a November face-off against former President Trump, she announced Tuesday. Harris announced her choice of Walz in a post on Instagram and in a text message to supporters, praising his support for middle-class families and his personal history serving in the National Guard and working as a teacher. Now, what I want people to understand with this particular pick is that Kamala Harris picked somebody knowingly and kind of bypassed any concern for any relatability to us. That's not to say that this dude, you know, whatever, but we weren't even considered in this pick. It's really irritating when you watch these politicians and they just completely ignore you. And I think that right there is one of the things that people need to work on, making sure it doesn't happen, you know, going forward, which is going to be increasingly difficult. It's going to be increasingly difficult to do that with a lot of the elements that we have going on right now. So that's something that people would need to have to strategize. I share this background both because it's impressive in its own right and because you see in no uncertain terms how it informs his record, Harris wrote on Instagram. But what impressed me most about Tim is his deep commitment to family. Gwen, Gus, and Hope, she added, referencing Walz's wife and children. Doug and I look forward to working with him and Gwen to build an administration that reflects our shared values. Okay. We are going to build a great partnership, Harris wrote. We are going to build a great team. We are going to win this election. Walz, who is 60, emerged as a dark horse contender for the #2 slot as chatter over other high-profile names, in particular, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly dominated the early portion of the Veep stakes. Now, here's my question. Again, what is the deciding factor that y'all think made them pick her or made her pick him? And shout out to Kiko. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys show Kiko some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Kiko for funding the organization.
Get the money, y'all. There's poor people around. I'm rich, bitch.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Kiko says, great job, Rob, to the B1 family. Yo, I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, and that's a great question, AB. Was any of this Democratic? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the Minnesota governor saw his profile raise considerably over the past week, especially after a viral cable news interview in which he derided some Republicans as weird, a line of attack later adopted by national Democrats. Now, let me ask you guys this. This viral moment of his completely was off my radar. I didn't see it. I didn't catch that when it first happened. How many of y'all knew about that? I didn't catch that when it first happened. You know what I'm saying? His selection concludes a whirlwind 2-week period that saw President Biden end his re-election bid. Harris consolidates support within the party to become the presumptive nominee, and vice president's team rapidly vet contenders to join her on the ticket in November. The pick drew praise from both progressive and more moderate Democrats. Vice President Harris made an excellent decision in Governor Walz as her running mate. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez posted on the social platform X. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, by the time we all are old, she's going to be the new Nancy Pelosi, y'all. We looking at the future be formed. Shout out to Jab Bad. Jab Bad said, wake me when they say Black Americans. Bro, you're going to wake up naturally because as of right now, 2024, unless you're watching a YouTube video where we talking about this kind of stuff and we are talking about who's not getting mentioned, you already know these people going to talk around us as much as they possibly can. You know what I'm saying? Together, they will govern effectively, inclusively, and boldly for the American people. They won't back down under tight odds either, from healthcare to school lunch. Representative Lloyd Doggett, who was the first House Democrat to call for Biden to step aside, called Walz a solid, decent former colleague with good humor, a former teacher and veteran who represented Minnesota district usually represented by the GOP. You can't get along with no nonsense Tim, Doggett posted on X. As governor, he offers a straight-talking, compassionate leader delivering the progress that we need. Harris had not made up her mind on a running mate as of Monday night, taking the decisions up to the final hours. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many of y'all think that she actually made that decision? If y'all think that Kamala Harris made that decision on her own, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that she made that decision on her own, then give me a thumbs down. Walz was also seen by many as a safer choice for Harris, thanks to his liberal bona fides and the fact that some of the other contenders had come under fire from certain segments of the left. Shapiro received heavy scrutiny recently over his response to pro-Palestinian protests that emerged in the wake of the Israel-Hamas war, when both he and Kelly drew the ire of union leaders. Okay? Now, look at this. I think that this is important right here. Adding to Walz's appeal is the fact that he hails from a Midwestern state that Trump increasingly set his sights on flipping. And again, like, let me ask y'all this. How many people like consider like Minnesota truly the Midwest? Who considers Minnesota truly the Midwest? You know what I'm saying? Minnesota and Montana, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, bro. Though Biden won Minnesota in 2020 by 7 points, and no Republican has won the presidential race there in more than 50 years, Trump and his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, have stepped up their efforts to campaign in the state. But he is not without vulnerabilities. Republicans are likely to use some of his policy positions on abortion and LGBTQ issues to paint him as a radical liberal, just as they have with Harris. Now we need to do more digging, right? We need to find out what Tim Walz's positions on LGBTQ issues are. Yeah, shout out to Crew Reality. Yeah, Midwest North, I guess. But nobody thinks of Minnesota when they think about the Midwest. Did anybody? What is that? Isn't Duluth in Minnesota or something like that? Like Fargo, places like that. Like, are you serious? Like, what? Wait, Fargo is like in like North or South Dakota or something like that, ain't it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it's not the same thing. Like, with the effect that they're trying to get with like canceling JD Vance out, it's not gonna happen with this. So they're gonna have to go a different route like that. Is all I'm saying. Just watch. It ain't gonna work. Walz was a governor of Minnesota during the riots that followed the deletion of George Floyd in Minneapolis, and Republicans are certain to highlight images of that tumultuous time. The Trump campaign had previously attacked Harris for promoting bail fund for demonstrators arrested in Minnesota following Floyd's death. It was no surprise that San Francisco liberal Kamala Harris wants West Coast wannabe Tim Walz as her running mate. Walz has spent his governorship trying to reshape Minnesota in the image of the Golden State, Trump campaign press secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement. From proposing his own carbon-free agenda to suggesting stricter emission standards for gas-powered cars and embracing policies to allow convicted felons to vote, Walz is obsessed with spreading California's dangerously liberal agenda far and wide, she added. If Walz won't tell voters the truth, we will. Just like Kamala Harris, Tim Walz is a dangerously liberal extremist, and Harris-Walz California dream is every American's nightmare. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. I didn't like what they were saying about the southern border. Shout out to Hurricane. What's good with it, bro? How many of y'all liked what he was saying about the southern border? I didn't like what he was saying about the southern border at all. Shout out to New York State of Mind. New York State of Mind said Tim Walz might be zesty. I think they said something about he had a wife and kids or something like that, but that doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I literally, I just said that because of reflex. You know what I'm saying? I know that may sound crazy, but it's really not. So now here it says Harris and Walz will storm the battleground states this week, starting Tuesday evening in Philadelphia. The two will travel later this week to Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Nevada. Planned trips to North Carolina and Georgia were repeatedly postponed as Hurricane Debbie made landfall in the Southeast. I didn't even know there was a Hurricane Debbie that had came through. You know what I'm saying? I thought we had already had, so we had more than one hurricane this year then, huh? The new one's name was Debbie. I was gonna say something, but I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna say I'm not gonna exit out of these two articles that I got up here, but if I end up going live, you know, if we check out that that rally, you know what I'm saying, while we're waiting for the rally to start, we could look through some of this stuff and page through it and see if we see anything else. All right, but let me know in the comment section after the video, what do y'all think about Tim Walz? What do you think that we can get out of him? Does he increase the chances of us getting anything that we need, or does he decrease the chances of us getting anything that we need? And is he going to improve the electability of Kamala Harris? I don't think to me, if you ask my personal opinion, the answers to all of those are straight no's. However, just because the answers are straight no's does not mean that you don't do your attempts. You know what I'm saying? You continue to attempt, but I think that it wouldn't be outside the realms of good hypothesis to just expect anything to kind of fall flat with that dude, because I think that's what she got him for. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, Kel. Kamala pulled his name out of a hat. Yeah, facts. Facts. She probably tried to hide it too, but it fell on the floor with her goofy self, and it was in Sharpie marker written all big. It said Walz with the Z backwards on it, and somebody was like, "Oh, it's Walz," and she was gonna try to sneak it back in the hat. Oh, I guess it is. You know what I'm saying? She was laughing all goofy. You know what I'm saying? She was laughing all goofy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everyone who contributed. All right, make sure you guys show the stream sponsors some love, because as y'all know, without the stream sponsors, none of this is possible. I definitely appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all show them some love. Throw some flames, radiation emoji, and ducks in the chat while we thank the stream sponsors. Shout out to AB Promotions. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Shout out to DC Precise. Shout out to Jab Bad. Make sure y'all show Jab Bad some love. Gifting 5 memberships. That's awesome. Memberships are only 99 cents. The more members, it really helps out a lot. And as much as the videos get yellow signed, if you don't have a Rumble account, you'll be able to watch the videos. Makes it more convenient, but you can always watch them on Rumble. So if you're not on Rumble, make sure that you join Rumble. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Patrick. I definitely appreciate it. Shout out to my man Kiko410. Do not move a muscle. Let this take you into the next stream. Do me that big favor. Smash that like button. Hit that bell. Drop a comment in there. Probably will be some streams before that, but y'all know what we got going on. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen.
Walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour, got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that face. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, on God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this light. Hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Hold up.